Alright guys, this is a video that 100% needs to be made. Especially since the release of Season 4 and a little bit at the end of Season 3. A lot of people have been moving from Verdansk to Rebirth, and I guess the Rebirth community don't really like that. If you're not familiar with Warzone, there's two separate maps. There's Rebirth Island and Verdansk. Verdansk has been in the game since the release of Warzone, and it's been the primary map and the only map until the release of Rebirth. Um, Upon the release of Rebirth, a lot of people went over to Rebirth, stopped playing Verdansk, and they've been over there ever since. Now, this is the main topic I want to go on, but there's more comparisons that I need to make. If you go on TikTok and Instagram and any other kind of social media platform, you are going to see just clips of people sitting in corners and absolutely sweating on Rebirth. Now, this you wouldn't ordinarily, or you would ordinarily hate this, right? But the reason people are hating this more is because they are blaming Swag, a very big YouTuber, Twitch streamer, content creator, for bringing campers and sweats to bringing campers and sweats from Verdansk to Rebirth. And I have just got to say, I'm gonna take hate for this. I just gotta say, that is the dumbest shit I have ever heard in my entire life. This guy made one video on Rebirth, and he's got this entire community hating on him, saying he ruined the map. Even though he's one single YouTuber. He's one of the bigger Warzone content creators out there, I'll give him that, and he does have a big effect. But what's he supposed to do? Is he banned from making content on Rebirth? Is he not allowed to go there? Is he not allowed to show his Twitch stream, his YouTube audience, what's happening on Rebirth? Is he not allowed to have fun there? And it's really not his fault that sweats come. You're not blaming other content creators going there. Like I'm just bringing up this guy just because I saw his video on my recommended. I didn't even watch it. I don't know what other content creators have gone to Rebirth and experimented with it, but Jowo, people say he's the movement god, and you know what? Watching his videos, yeah, he's got some of the most insane movement I've seen on Warzone. But he did a Rebirth video. Nobody's hating on him. Like I don't get I don't get the bias towards hating Swag versus hating Jowo, for example. It makes absolutely no sense to me. But enough with that kind of rant. I've got to get back to the main topic of this video, which is Rebirth versus Verdansk. Which is better? And I'm just going to say neither are better. It is entirely opinion based. And if you prefer Rebirth more, you're going to say Rebirth's better. If you prefer Verdansk more, you're going to say Verdansk is better. And I'm just going to get it right out of the way. Personally, I think Verdansk is better. To me, Rebirth is unrewarding, and I just like Verdansk a lot more. And I have three main things that need to be fixed throughout Rebirth and Verdansk. The first being stuns. Um, I have run stuns for a bit, and they are just ridiculously broken. The second you get stunned, you win a gunfight. All you have to do is move to the side a little bit. The guy can't shoot you. He can't move, and you easily win the gunfight. They take no skill to use. I used them for about a month, maybe a month and a half, and I've gone back to my traditional heartbeat sensor just because I feel bad for using them. The second being dead silence. This needs no response. I guess I could include stopping power here, but I think they did a good job with stopping power. You rarely see it anymore. They reduced the drop rate of it, and it's been a lot better. I haven't encountered it nearly as much. But dead silence is still a massive issue. You can drop into Verdansk, and within the first 2 minutes, you'll have found 20 dead silences. And the problem is, especially when paired with Ghost, which is my next problem, if you pop dead silence while you're ghosted, nobody will have any clue where you are. You are literally invisible. It's absolutely broken. There's no counter to dead silence, and it's just way too common and way too easy to use, in my opinion. And like I said before, my third is Ghost. Especially for me, I'm a pretty aggressive player, and I don't run Ghost. I always run either Restock while I was using stuns, or now I actually switched to High Alert, which I think is a great perk. It helps me out a lot, prevents me from getting shot in the back for the most part. But Ghost for me absolutely ruins the game. It allows people to just sit and have to have absolutely no clue where they are, and it slows the game down so much. I lose so many of my good games because of it. And I could probably honestly just edit a compilation of me dying because of Ghost. Now, those were the three things that I think are a problem throughout Rebirth and Verdansk. You don't see people running Ghost as much in Rebirth, but it still is a problem. Now, I'm just going to go through kind of a little bit of a rundown of Rebirth. So, they are shorter, fast-paced games. The typical Rebirth game for me is about 10 to 12 minutes. And like I said, I am a Verdansk fan. I prefer Verdansk more. 10 to 12 minutes it's good. I like that kind of duration, but I think it could be a bit longer. It doesn't really... I don't know. The game could either be longer or a bit higher of a lobby. Instead of 40 players, maybe up at the 50, maybe even 60. They released a limited time mode a little while ago. It was actually 80 players, and I gotta say that was probably the most fun thing I've ever seen. It was absolute carnage. There was people everywhere, but my god, it was fun. A problem of Rebirth is loadout campers. Traditionally, what you'll do, you land in, get cash, maybe complete any sort of contract, scav, recon, bounty, maybe even a most wanted for whatever reason. And you'll get your loadout. Since they're only $7,500, they're a lot easier to obtain. You pop that down, and then the second you pop it down, you'll have people flocking over to it. Maybe one of your team doesn't grab it. You die and they stay alive, then you respawn because of resurgence. You go to your loadout, and you got 4 guys watching it. You stand absolutely no chance. Even if you got your loadout, you could go to prison or something. You die there, and then you got somebody just watching your loot. It's... I wouldn't really call it griefing, but it is. Just... Like, it's harder to get back into the game for me, because especially since I'm a content creator, I try to make videos. Like, I'll usually drop into Rebirth or Verdansk with a specific gun in mind. I'll have a specific loadout that I want to use and say, like, you guys watch my videos. I'll say, oh, the AMAX is broken. Oh, the MG82 is broken. Oh, the Milano is broken. And I'll use that gun in my loadout just to get a gameplay and upload it. Like, that's how it works. So I want to go back to my loot and get my gun back so I can keep showing off that gun in the gameplay. And those loadout campers or loot campers really, really, I guess, hinder that. And honestly, it's a big problem for me. Next for me is unrewarding wins. I can kind of get a win on Rebirth, drop 20-ish kills, and get the win. And I can kind of just be like, yay, let's go, we got the win. It's not really great for me. I find it, I guess, too easy sometimes, and it's just, like I said, it's unrewarding. Harder content. Like I said, for me, I'll usually upload videos on specific guns, and I just find it harder to get content with that specific gun, because a lot of the time, most of the kills I'm getting is with ground loot guns or with other guns that I'm picking up because there's people sitting on my loot. There's less hackers in Rebirth. I don't know if there's a statistic to back that up or something. I don't know how there would be, but I run into a lot less hackers on Rebirth. They could just die more on Rebirth since it's a lot more action packed, but that's just my personal experience. And for me, the last point on Rebirth is less control. You have a lot less control regarding how your game goes on Rebirth than compared to Verdansk. Like, your game can go south from the minute you drop in, your entire squad gets wiped, and you're the last guy alive. You gotta land somewhere else, and every place on the map is just, there's fights everywhere. You're stuck with a pistol fighting, and you're just constantly landing back. Somebody's got to wait to respawn to keep your team alive, and it's just, like I said, you don't have control. You gotta constantly push something just to actually get on the ground, and you're only there for 30 seconds if you actually run into a decent team and you're just stuck with a pistol. Now, moving on to Verdansk, which is personally, as I said, my favored game mode. The main issue I find is people say Verdansk is slower. And I honestly don't really understand this, because you really have a choice over how you play the game. Like, if you have constant UAVs, you're grabbing bounties, and you're in a vehicle, the game is nothing near slow. Like, you're gonna be constantly getting shot at, you're gonna constantly be killing people. There's literally nothing wrong with the game if you're constantly pushing everything. And that's how I play, and I have literally no problems with it. Like I said, the UAVs, bounties, they really help out. And if you're complaining about how slow the game is, honestly, I don't think, let me put it this way. There's a lot more you could be doing to make your game faster. That's what I'm going to leave it at. There are more hackers. There's less hackers in Rebirth. Like I said, there's more hackers in Verdansk. Me and my friend actually killed one, and he threatened to DDoS me. It was pretty funny. But yeah, the wins are really rewarding. There's 150 people, and the lobbies are a lot harder in Verdansk. There is SBMM in Verdansk, so if you have a higher KD, you're going to get higher KD lobbies, and they're going to be more difficult to win. Good content. For me, it's just so much easier to make content on Verdansk. Like, you'll see my YouTube videos, the majority of them are on Verdansk. It's just better for me because I guess I feel that, like, I have more control over how I play. And, like, if I want to put out a video on an SMG, I can play more close range, and I can kind of control which fights I take and which ones I don't take. If I'm using an AR, I can sit back more and pick off people. Since Rebirth is mainly inside, you're going to be fighting... Jesus Christ, I can't talk. You're mainly going to be fighting indoors, and that's predominantly close range. My God, I'm sorry, guys. I can't talk right now. So it's harder to make content on longer range guns for me, since I'd be realistically getting 2 or 3 kills a game with them, and I'd be getting 18 to 20 with my SMG. So yeah, I just have a lot more control over how I play the game on Verdansk, and I find that a lot better. Now, the issue with Verdansk is you'll be stuck waiting a lot of the time. Like, if you die and lose your gulag and your teammate doesn't have cash, you're going to be you might be sitting there for a bit. You might not spawn in for the rest of the game. And unfortunately, that's just how it is. I don't like that. It sucks. It's boring. I don't like watching my teammates all game and me not being able to help them out and get in there and get kills and get wins and produce videos for you guys, but that's just kind of how it is. It sucks, but it's how it is. I don't know if there's really a way they could change that, but like I said, the UAVs, bounties, just the constant cash flow can really help with that. I don't find myself being stuck waiting too long because my team's usually pretty good at getting cash and buying teammates back. But that's personally just my squad, and I don't know how you guys play, so it might be a bit different for you, but certainly compared to Resurgence, when you're respawning in every 20 seconds once you die, it's a lot longer to be waiting. But yeah, I think that's mainly everything I've got. I'm just going through my notes here, and I don't really see anything else. I'm just gonna touch on swag one more time. This video is purely preference. I prefer Verdansk. You guys, some guys may prefer Rebirth. I'm not hating on you for liking Rebirth more. I don't want to bang you if you love Verdansk more. But the thing I need to address is don't hate on Swag for simply making a YouTube video. He did nothing wrong. He didn't say, hey guys, come over here from Verdansk, sit in corners, sweat your ass off. He literally made a YouTube video and said that he liked Rebirth. He still plays on Verdansk way more than Rebirth. And it's not even close. I don't know what you guys are getting so tilted about. It's literally just the game. People can choose to play where they want. If he brought campers over and sweats over from Verdansk, that's not his fault. He literally just showed them that the game mode was there, even though they can literally see it on their screens. You guys gotta stop hating on him for that. And it really pisses me off that all I see over TikTok is just, wow, thanks Swag for bringing all the campers and the sweats over here. Like, bro, you gotta stop. It's not his fault he made a YouTube video. I gotta stop talking about that, though. Let me know down in the comments which you guys like more, Verdansk or Rebirth. Please, don't hate on other people for having a different opinion. I literally said at the start of the video, this is opinion-based. You can like Verdansk, you can like Rebirth. Nobody should be hating on you for having a simple preference. They don't affect each other. If somebody likes Rebirth more than Verdansk, it's not going to affect your life at all. There's no harm in people saying that they have a different preference than you. But yeah, if you like the video, please drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.